So, to turn to another topic, speaking of the media blowing things out of proportion, let's talk about the NBA playoffs. Specifically, the Oklahoma City-San Antonio series. I want to go on record that when this series started, I picked Oklahoma City to win in 7 games. I expect this series to be highly competitive, as it has been, really physical and well played. And game 1 really delivered. Unbelievable game. Spurs win in double overtime. Fantastic. Also, I think this is the last year for anybody else to win the title because I think San Antonio is about to take over. Wembanyama is going to be the best player in the league. A couple of these young guys are unbelievable that they have on their team. And they're ready to go. So this is to me, this is it. If Oklahoma City doesn't beat them this year, I think they're probably that San Antonio's taken over. So I've been impressed with Oklahoma City because they're really deep, and you saw in game 3 why they are a championship team. That being said, there's no reason to think the Spurs can't come back and win the series. I don't think this is like, oh, they figured it out and now they've got them. I don't think any of that's true. The injuries are definitely having an effect, and I think San Antonio is going to win Game 4 tonight, and I think this is going to go 7 games. I don't have a whole lot to say about the Eastern Conference because I think it's quite obvious the Knicks are far superior. I think New York is playing really well. They're really well, and they should be happy with that. But I think they also have very little chance in the finals. The only way that they have any shot is if there's just an unbelievable amount of injuries to San Antonio or Oklahoma City. And whichever team wins that series will probably be less injured. So, yeah. But I just think they're basically fighting for second place. The Eastern Conference is kind of the JV playoffs of this. And I know everybody's going to try to convince you, no, I'm sorry. I don't see New York pulling it off in any way, shape, or form. But I think it's awesome that it looks like they're going to be in the finals. All right. So let's talk officiating and flopping and physical play and all the nonsense that I'm hearing from people in the media. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 2-time MVP. Everybody accuses him of flopping. Oh, he's trying to get calls. He's the free throw merchant. That's his whole game, is just trying to get foul calls. So first of all, let me just debunk a few of these. He hasn't shot that many free throws in the playoffs. His free throw numbers are down. The referees have not been overly calling fouls on to help him get to the free throw line. Now, does he exaggerate contact and flop on purpose to get calls? Absolutely. Does he get away with it sometimes? Yes, he gets away with it sometimes. Absolutely. Is it a problem? Yes, it's a problem. Like it's not good. It's not what you want in your sport. But that being said, it has little to no impact on who's winning the games. And from what I've noticed, he seems to be falling down a lot less because he's not getting the calls. The referees are just not calling it. So I think it's, like I said, it's a problem. It needs to be dealt with. But acting like, oh, well, he just gets all the calls and that's it. Like that's the reason that they win. It's a bunch of nonsense. Also acting like, oh my God, it's ruining the game for everybody. It's such a small percentage of the time, I really don't think it has any effect on anything that's happening. Throughout NBA history, we've had players that play like this. I'm a Miami Heat fan. Dwayne Wade used to exaggerate calls and throw his arms up and fall down all the time. So the media is trying to turn this into a really huge thing. Oh, it's really affecting it and the fans are really mad and whatever. It is small potatoes. It really doesn't have any effect on the game. And it's a small thing the media is blowing out of proportion. And I don't like it because it, is making people take their attention away from what is a great basketball series. We're talking about something that happens 1% of the time. I understand people don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not the most entertaining thing to watch. But if it bothers you, like, honestly, just turn the game off. Like, I don't have a whole lot of patience for people acting like creating the narrative that, oh, it's this whole thing and he's doing it all the time and this is why they're winning and it's not fair and blah, blah, blah. No, what's not fair is that they're way better than you. That's the problem. They're really, really, really good. And this turns everybody off. And so I can understand that. People aren't fans of this. It's like Oklahoma City, they're not an exciting team. They're not the most fun team to watch. People would rather watch Anthony Edwards on Minnesota. They would rather watch Wembanyama for San Antonio. They would rather watch a lot of these players. And I get it. I understand. But this isn't taken away from my enjoyment of basketball. The basketball has been sensational. Yes, he tries to get calls a little bit, but you know who else? And it's funny, like I was watching a video yesterday about they're pushing off. Shai pushes off all the time. I've watched a lot of video breakdowns, and honestly, most of these things, like most of the time, he's not really doing anything wrong. And then, the push offs while he extends the arm or whatever. You know who used to push off a lot? Michael Jordan. So I'm really annoyed with the fact that we're treating this as if because Shea doesn't have this really exciting game, we've characterized him as just, well, he's just a flopper and that's it. As for the physical play in the series, I am really shocked to hear about people being upset that Hartenstein is grabbing Wemby and stepping on his feet and doing all of this stuff. And he's not being dirty. He's not getting, some kind of gigantic advantage. It's not turning him into a great player. He's doing everything he can to win. Because if you guys just think, well, we'll just play Wembanyama straight up, like why can't they do that? Nobody's going to be able to stop him, guys. The Spurs are just going to win the championship every single year. If that's what you want, like, all right, fine. But that's not what I want, and that ruins the TV product. And I don't want to bring up NBA history again, but every great player, especially big guys, they go through this in the playoffs. They get people trying to physically beat them up, get in their head, and as long as it's not dirty, like, I don't have any problem with it. And I don't understand people complaining about it. Go look up what happened to Shaquille O'Neal. Like, Shaq got beat up the whole time. They were fouling him constantly. They could only call so many. Like, this is what happens. LeBron James has dealt with a lot of the same stuff. And if you want to go not just, not talking about bigger guys, but there was a playoff series back in 2014. The Warriors played the Clippers, and Chris Paul's guarding Steph Curry, and he's grabbing him, pushing him, stepping on his feet, doing whatever he can to screw with him. This is how the NBA playoffs work, guys. This is how it's worked forever. In the 90s, they used to beat the shit out of you. Michael Jordan got beat up for years against the Pistons. And you know what happened? He figured it out. He overcame it, and they won 6 titles. So I just, I don't understand it. I think if I'm Oklahoma City, I'm doing exactly what they're doing. I don't have any problem with it. I have a much bigger issue with the flopping and the, trying to get, exaggerating to try to get calls than I do of any of this nonsense people are talking about. So look, I know nobody wants to hear this, but it's the truth, guys. The foul calls and the officiating and the flopping and the grabbing and clutching and whatever you think you don't like has nothing to do with what's going on in this series. If Oklahoma City wins, it's because they're really, really good and people don't like it. And I get that, but I really don't think anything should change. If the NBA wants to come up with some kind of rules to stop flopping, all right, fine. I have no problem with it, but it doesn't have any effect on this series. And, like I said, I think Oklahoma City wins eventually. I think it's going to go 6 or 7 games at least, and I think the finals are going to kind of be an afterthought. I think that basically we're watching the finals in the Western Conference. So, all right, if you have any thoughts, you think I'm delusional, you don't understand what I'm doing, I'm crazy, leave a comment. Let me know what you think.